Hello, Rasim teacher. I'm Merve, and now I'm going to talk about misbehaving books, which is this is our organizational theory assignment, and now I'm starting. Misbehaving. My book name is Misbehaving: The Making of Behavioral Economics. This book is an educational book written by Nobel Prize winner Richard Thaler. The book offers the evidence into one of the most fascinating academic challenges in the world of economics. The economics field was profoundly interested in showing that it was more than social science. However, economic results are the product of human decision making. Mr. Thaler's study was conducted on the ideas of the psychologists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman, whose research was given the Nobel Prize in Economics 2002. Earlier in his career, Professor Thaler has drawn up a compilation of observable activities that were evidently incompatible with the expectations of no orthodoxy. They identified names like endowment effect, which leads people to methodological value things they already have much more than the same item in somebody's hand. Misbehaving shows Mr. Thaler's research to track such observation in the face of growing intense and often ridiculous efforts by economics to refute their presence or significance, to attempt to reach the same statistical accuracy of hard sciences. Economics have dramatically generalized the idea that humans are optimizers, whose actions is as automatic as the speed of the human body moving into space. From the earlier aggression, the reluctant acceptance, and afterward to the common celebration of behavioral economics, it tells the story of a pattern change in the economics profession. Behaviorist theory has since made a difference in public policy. Throughout Britain and abroad, politicians have adopted dozens of policies to fix different social challenges. There is, however, a perverse side to behavioral economics. There are good notes and bad ones. Thaler himself also sounds like experienced and unapologetic deceiver. And the 13th chapter is an excellent example of this. Thaler states that humans have limited time and brain power. As a result, they use simple rules of thumb, heuristic, to help them make judgments. Another important point from the book is that economists should no longer neglect the empirical significance of a series of behavioral ideas: loose evidence, endowment influence, conceptual accounting, hyperbolic discounting, justice expectations, and narrow framing. The basic principle of classical economic theory and widely agreed theories about finance and markets are challenged in this book. The general concept of economic theory is that people want to optimize, and that demand denotes to demand. Price balance. Such assumptions suggest that financial choices are made by an egoistic and moral agent. Yet on a basis of these assumptions, models will yield bad outcome and couple of negative assumptions. Econs exist only in a fictional world, not in a human inhabited real world. Now, as Thaler states in the book, it has never been my point to say that there is something wrong with people. We are all just human beings, homo sapiens. Rather, the problem is with the model being used by economists, a model that replaces homo sapiens with a fictional creature called homo economicus, which I like to call an econ for short. The economics group will be concerned regarding human nature and humanities. They do not ignore apparently unrelated variables in their study. such as sunk cost, which means the money already spent, or damage aversion. Other hypotheses are commonly known, such as the principle that purchasing and sale rates will be around the same, or that more options are often preferable to less, belong to a fictional universe, not a physical one. Humans have well-defined desires and self-control issues, while highly qualified economists are deceived by theoretical loss of vision. Thaler is seeking to understand the idea of a wise investor and coming to the unusual assumption that a good investor is someone who is seeking a purchase securities, so he believes that other smart investors will then conclude that such securities are worth more. He discussed Mr. Keynes' claim that people are likely to make radical decisions based on poor evidence. He states that the proposal I eventually presented at the Fidelity conference was called Save More Tomorrow. He states that Save More Tomorrow. The idea was to offer people the option of deciding now to increase their saving rates later, specifically when they get their next raise. The author is also questioning the effective business theory of its two elements. You can't defeat the industry and the rates are correct. Yes, rates are always inaccurate and equity markets miss the economy. The book should be read for the writer's final evolution of such theory. I was attracted to this novel as it is specialist behavioral economics. For me, it sounds like a reference to the seminal work of the psychologists Kahneman and Tversky on decision making and potentiality theory. In the end, Professor Thaler's narrative shows that by attempting to set itself as kind of beneath other social scientists, the rationalist school of economics ultimately ended up making a contribution far less than it could have done. The group's theoretical ignorance contributed not only social science but to a theory. The book offers a view at the study of an influential economist during his career. The concern is the process of human behavior in the decision-making stage. His studies and findings bring into doubt certain very simple concepts and principles of classical economics, such as fairness of customer preference. The title of the book is intended to show how individual acts are incompatible with rationalist economic philosophy. It might just as easily apply to its own intellectual misbehavior in opposing the dominant ideology of mainstream economics at the moment, but not without significant danger to any prospective academic. It is expected that this book and work would encourage further skepticism in a wide variety of intellectual professions. The comprehensive explanation of economic issues can sometimes be much more academic technical. This helps whether the student end up with a clear view of economic concept and process. In any situation, it is quite amusing to learn the account of the strained academic discussions surrounding the subject. This book is going to transform the way you think about economics. Misbehavior can help to make better, more knowledgeable decisions in an extremely frustrating environment. In general, this is a widely recommended book that will have exciting reading. My recording is finished, and thank you so much, Rasim teacher. Thank you.